Numbers are awesome! 20 maths facts to amaze your friends.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we've got something super fun and exciting just for you. So grab your friends, get comfy, and let's jump right in.
Before we begin, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you can join us for more quizzes and adventures. Fact: the number 9 has a special magic trick. If you multiply 9 by any whole number, then add up the digits of the answer, you'll always end up with 9.
For example, 9 times 3 equals 27, and 2 plus 7 equals 9. 9 times 4 equals 36, and 3 plus 6 equals 9. And 9 times 7 equals 63, and 6 plus 3 equals 9. This works for lots of numbers, and it's a fun way to spot hidden patterns in maths. Try it out with your favorite numbers and see the magic of 9 in action. Fact: 0 is the only number that can't be represented with Roman numerals.
The ancient Romans never created a symbol for 0, so their system used only letters like I, V, and X for counting. The concept of 0 as a number came much later from other cultures. Today, 0 is essential in maths, but in Roman times, it was missing. Fact: any number multiplied by 0 is always 0.
This means that if you have nothing and you multiply it by any amount, you still end up with nothing. For example, 5 times 0 equals 0, and 100 times 0 equals 0. No matter how big or small the number, multiplying by 0 always gives you 0. This special rule is a key part of how maths works. Fact: there's no highest number. You can always add one more.
No matter how big a number gets, you can always increase it by 1 to make an even larger number. For example, if you think of a huge number like 1 million, you can make it bigger by adding 1 to get 1,000,001. This means numbers go on forever and never end, which is why we say numbers are infinite. Fact: the number pi goes on forever and never repeats, just like the world's longest, never-ending pi.
Pi is a special number used for measuring circles. When written as a decimal, its digits go on endlessly without ever repeating or forming a pattern. That's why pi is called an irrational number. It never ends, just like an infinite pie. Fact: a googol is a 1 with 100 zeros after it.
That's an incredibly huge number. So big, it's much larger than the number of stars in the whole universe. Even if you tried to count every single star in the sky, you still wouldn't get close to a googol. It's a fun way to imagine just how big numbers can get. Fact: there are 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute, thanks to ancient counting systems.
This system was invented thousands of years ago by ancient civilizations who used a counting system based on the number 60. They chose 60 because it can be divided evenly by lots of different numbers, making it very handy for measuring time. That's why, even today, our clocks and watches use 60 to count minutes and seconds. Fact: a palindrome is a number that reads the same forwards and backwards.
For example, 121 reads the same from left to right and right to left. The same is true for 1,331 and 12,321. They're identical whether you start at the beginning or the end. Palindromic numbers are like secret codes in maths that work the same in both directions. Fact: in finger multiplication, you can use your fingers to quickly multiply numbers by 9.
Just hold out both hands in front of you and bend down the finger that matches the number you want to multiply by 9. For example, for 9 times 4, bend your 4th finger. You'll have 3 fingers up on the left and 6 on the right, making 36. This clever trick works for 9 times any number from 1 to 10, and it's a fun, handy way to check your answers. Fact: the sum of the angles inside any triangle is always 180 degrees.
No matter what kind of triangle you draw, big or small, with sides all the same or all different, the sum of the 3 angles inside will always add up to 180 degrees. This is a special rule in maths that works for every triangle, every time. You can measure each angle with a protractor and see that, together, they always add up to 180 degrees, like fitting puzzle pieces into a perfect shape. Fact: the number 2 is the only even prime number. All other prime numbers are odd.
The number 2 is a very special number in maths. It's the only even prime number because it can only be divided exactly by itself and 1. All other prime numbers, such as 3, 5, 7, and 11, are odd. That makes 2 unique. It's the only number that's both even and prime. No other even number can be prime because they can all be divided by 2. Fact: the number 6 is a perfect number because of its factors.
The number 6 is called a perfect number in maths because it is equal to the sum of its factors except itself. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, and 3, and if you add them together, 1 plus 2 plus 3, you get 6. This makes 6 a very special number. There are only a few perfect numbers, and 6 is the smallest one. Mathematicians love perfect numbers because they are rare and interesting. Fact: multiplying by 10 just adds a 0 to the end of a number.
All you have to do is add a 0 to the end. For example, 7 becomes 70 and 42 becomes 420. This works with any whole number. Just pop a 0 on the end and you've multiplied by 10. It's a handy trick that makes maths much simpler. Fact: the number 4 is the only number with the same number of letters as its value, F, O, U, R.
If you count the letters in 4, you get 4. No other number in English has this quirky feature. It's a fun little maths and language fact that makes the number 4 unique. Fact: the number 7 is a special number that appears in many important places and things around the world.
There are 7 days in a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rainbows have 7 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. There are 7 continents on Earth: Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. The number 7 pops up in stories, science, and nature, making it truly special. The number 21 is the total number of spots on a standard dice.
If you look at a standard dice, you'll see that each of its 6 sides has a different number of spots, from 1 to 6. If you add up all the spots, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, you get 21. So, every standard dice has 21 spots in total. Fact: the number 8 is special because if you flip it sideways, it becomes the infinity symbol.
Infinity means something that never ends or goes on forever, like the biggest number you can imagine. So when you see an 8 lying on its side, it's a fun reminder of endless possibilities in maths and beyond. That's why the number 8 and the infinity symbol are often linked together. Fact: the number 40 is the only number whose letters are in alphabetical order.
The number 40 is unique in English because it is the only number whose letters are in alphabetical order. When spelled out as 40, the letters appear in the correct order alphabetically: F, O, R, T, Y. This special feature makes 40 stand out among all other numbers. Fact: if you double an odd number, you always get an even number.
If you take any odd number, like 3, 5, or 7, and multiply it by 2, double it, the answer will always be an even number. For example, 3 times 2 equals 6, 5 times 2 equals 10, and 7 times 2 equals 14. No matter which odd number you choose, doubling it always gives you an even number. It's a fun way to spot patterns in maths. Fact: the number 100 is called a century and is often celebrated in sports and history.
In sports, scoring 100 points or runs is a big achievement, often called making a century. In history, people celebrate a century as a milestone, like 100 years since an important event. Reaching 100 is always exciting and special. Thanks so much for watching and exploring these amazing number facts with us. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our next quiz or adventure.
Share your favorite fact in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time for more fun and learning. Bye for now.